Something important happened this week at Sosúa City Hall, and it affects tourists, investors, and local businesses who are trying to understand what is really going on in Sosúa right now. Earlier this week, the mayor of Sosúa held a public city council meeting where he made a formal announcement focused on tourism and the future direction of the town. This matters because over the past several months, there has been a lot of confusion. Tourists have been unsure whether Sosúa is still a good place to visit. Business owners have felt the slowdown. Investors have been questioning whether there is a clear plan moving forward. This meeting was meant to address that confusion, confront the negative narrative surrounding Sosúa, and outline how the city plans to rebuild tourism in a more stable and sustainable way. So this video, I want to explain what that announcement was about, what it means for visitors, and how it affects businesses and investors, and why this signals a shift in direction for Sosúa. On Monday, the mayor held a public meeting at Sosúa's City Hall with city officials, members of the press, business owners, and residents present. During the meeting, he acknowledged that tourism has in fact taken a hit, particularly following Operation Atlántico, and that this decline has affected families, businesses, and the employment across the whole town. While enforcement was necessary, he emphasized that the focus now must be on recovery. The key announcement was the creation of a municipal tourism advisor role to help guide Sosúa through this next phase and restore confidence in the destination. Questions were taken publicly, and concerns about employment, safety, reputation, and investment were addressed openly, signaling a more transparent and organized approach moving forward. The person appointed to this role is Michael Berkayer, a long-term resident of Sosúa and an established local investor. Michael is the CEO of Las Castillos Resort. He's also involved in tourism and real estate development in the Sosúa area. His background is directly tied to tourism, hospitality, and long-term investment in the region. What makes this appointment significant is that Michael is already invested in the town. His success as a businessman is directly connected to Sosúa's success as a destination. If tourism improves and the town benefits, so do the businesses that operate here. That creates a natural alignment and a clear win-win dynamic. The mayor confirmed that this is an honorary position. Michael will not be paid by the municipality and is contributing his lifetime and experience to support tourism and recovery. Rather than bringing in an outside consultant with no stake in the outcome, the city chose someone with proven tourism experience whose future is directly tied to Sosúa's economic growth. Michael outlined a 90-day action plan focused on stabilizing tourism and improving the visitor experience in practical ways. The plan starts with basic cleanliness and organization, including daily cleaning, better lighting, and clearer signage in key tourist areas. The idea is clear. If a destination looks neglected, it does not feel welcoming. Security is another focus, with an emphasis on balance. The goal is to ensure visitors feel safe while respecting the rights of residents, creating confidence rather than fear. The plan also includes gradually reactivating the central areas of town during early evening hours through controlled pilot programs focused on food, culture, and social activity. Parking was also addressed as a key obstacle to downtown Sosúa activity, with temporary solutions planned alongside long-term infrastructure goals, I'd say particularly in Pedro Crescente area. Finally, the plan calls for an official digital platform for Sosúa that provides clear information to tourists about what to do, where to go, and what's happening. The message was simple. If a destination is not presented clearly online, then it doesn't exist for today's traveler. Overall, the goal is not to return Sosúa to the past, but to stabilize tourism and move forward in a more organized and sustainable future. One of the strongest messages from the meeting was about image and responsibility. The mayor emphasized that constant negative messaging damages Sosúa's ability to recover. Problems should be addressed, but without turning the town itself into a negative product. Tourism, investment, and employment depend heavily on perception. If Sosúa is only portrayed through problems and conflicts, people will simply choose to go elsewhere. Rebuilding requires accountability, but it also requires a balance and a willingness to acknowledge progress when it happens. As a business owner and someone who invests and also lives in Sosúa, I like to give my personal opinion on how the meeting went. And personally, I think it went well. I think it's actually a positive step in the right direction. First of all, I think it was refreshing to finally hear clear information coming directly from the municipal office. Over the past several months, there has been a lot of uncertainty, mixed messaging, and speculation filling the gap where communication should have been. This meeting helped bring clarity, and clarity matters, especially in a town as unique as Sosúa. I also think it was important that the mayor openly confronted the negative news and opinions that have been circulating about Sosúa, whether through word of mouth or through online, through YouTube. It's important. Sosúa is a paradise. Sosúa is a beach town. It's also a tourist town. It's a town with locals. It's a town with nightlife. Sosúa is many things all at once, and it means different things to different people. Sosúa is also a polarizing town for the same reasons. Whenever something positive happens here, it often gets lost in the noise because negative stories tend to travel faster and louder than positive. I personally see Sosúa as a place with the good, the bad, and the ugly. I still love it for exactly what it is. From my understanding, the mayor is not trying to erase Sosúa's identity or take away what it's known for. He's not trying to turn Sosúa into something artificial or sanitized. Who would want to come for that? In particular, I don't believe he's trying to eliminate the nightlife or strip the town of its Caribbean authenticity, something many visitors have been worried about since the beginning of Operation Atlántico. What I heard instead was a call for a balance, the idea that the positive needs to outweigh the negative, that progress, improvements, and investment should be part of the conversation, not buried underneath constant criticism. There are real tangible improvements happening: a new fire station, a new police station, street lighting being improved on the main highway and other roads, ongoing work with the federal government to rehabilitate Sosúa Beach, and now plans for a new hospital that will serve both residents and visitors. These are not abstract promises. These are visible and meaningful developments. There are many opinions about these changes, and not everyone will agree on everything. Trust me, Sosúa is many things to many people, and it's hard to see changes occur. But it's also hard to deny that effort is being made, and that those efforts often get overlooked. There are also people online, including YouTubers, who speak very negatively about Sosúa without even being here, without investing here, or without even spending meaningful time here. They're often repeating what they've heard, not what they've experienced. Take this from someone who lives here, has invested here, and is still investing here. This meeting genuinely helped put my mind at ease, at least. After a summer of uncertainty and turbulence, it was reassuring to see leadership acknowledge the changes while also laying out a path forward. I honestly don't think there's a better beach town in the country, let alone the world, at least that I've been to, okay? So, we have beautiful beaches: Sosúa Beach, Playa Alicia Beach, Casa Marina Beach, Playa Laguna. We have great restaurants with amazing food. We even have kind, friendly locals who look out for each other. I'm even gonna give you a simple example. On the day that the nationwide blackout occurred, traffic was chaotic. I was trying to make a left turn. I couldn't get through. A motorcycle driver, someone who I didn't know at all, he literally stopped the traffic, parked his bike in front of all the cars, and waved me through. That's the kind of everyday kindness that says a lot about this place. Sosúa has room to grow. Sosúa has changes to be made, but Sosúa also has enormous potential. And that to me is what the mayor was really trying to say. Sosúa isn't perfect, but it's real. And real places are always more complex than headlines and comment sections make them seem. The future of Sosúa will depend on balance, accountability, and the willingness to build forward without destroying what makes this place so special. As someone who chose to live here, invest here, and continue building here, I remain optimistic. So remember, a life in paradise is possible, but only if you're willing to take the first step. Thank you for watching. I'm Brian from Links Up, and I'll see you in the next one.